Prost.
Post.
Prost. It's a more premium beer. The usual beer I have it here. The usual beer would be something like that.
Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's just a smaller bottle, and usually and this one's a special beer. I've never had it, to be honest. But
Yeah.
it's sort of one of those Puntigama, and usually that's the area where it's brewed,
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I read a little about that.
where it used to be brewed mostly, because there used to be sort of Austrian beer holdings that united, and now I think it's all InBev.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same here. The big companies take over. I was reading that in most areas in Austria, they used to have a beer, or in a city they would have a beer.
I think Eggenberg, I don't know, I think Eggenberg is actually one of the few beers that's not what you call it. That's not that's still independent.
Okay, okay.
And it's actually a very interesting beer. It's from an area in the Salzkammergut. It's sort of similar to Lake District, just higher, more rocky mountains
Oh,
around it.
nice, nice. So good quality of water, I guess, then for them to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They've got really nice lakes, really nice, cool lakes, very cold because they're so deep, and it's really nice. No, I don't know about magazine advertising. You're not allowed to do it to send it to kids.
yeah.
But what you're not allowed to do on television, which is a funny thing, is sort of you can sort of have the people put the bottle, but you can't see them swallow. Usually, then there's the
Ah,
pack
right.
shot
Okay.
afterwards.
Yeah.
So you can't show a person drinking the beer
Mm.
actually. So you
That's
can say
interesting.
that's one thing, and that's the only thing I can think of. They had sort of an advertising where they had some guy, sort of a testimonial, who would do this, and they said like, okay, I'm not allowed to show what I'm doing now, so they put it down there and ah.
That-
What's happening with the beer thing is what's happening a lot is sort of mixed beer with lemonade. It's called a Radler. Sort of you have beer. It used to be something that people would drink. It's called Radler. You have a beer with either Fanta or a Sprite or something
That's
in
right.
it.
I've had one with Fanta in Germany before. Here we call it shandy, where you get a
Shan-
lager with lemonade. Yeah.
And there's a lot of variations coming in. So you have sort of a lemongrass Radler, and the latest I saw is a sort of a cranberry beer and cranberry mix. So that's
Okay.
really.
Oh, I've never heard of that one.
And you usually do this in the small bottles, so it's really sort of I don't know why that is. It's probably a bit more into the one thing is that there's a lot of people who don't want to drink that much alcohol, I think,
Yes. Okay.
and it's because you're not allowed. So usually, if you have two beers, you're above sort of etching on the legal limit to drive.
Yes. Yeah. It's the same here. Yeah.
So if with that you can have two, and that's about an hour of time with a friend, and you can still drive home safely, and you didn't have too much. So that's one aspect of it. And the other things, I think it's a bit more because of the sweet taste.
Yes. Yeah.
With the alcopops, it's a bit sort of trying to reel in the younger age group. I'm afraid, but
Yeah.
I don't. I studied 1 year in the US, and I thought, oh, I'll be open-minded about American beer. Everybody says, it's water and so on, and went there. And actually went there in summer, in August. It was really hot, and I had some beers, and it was great. I thought, oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. It's not that bad. But that were two things. One of them, it was always ice cold. When you
Yeah.
have some ice cold beer, you don't taste it that much. And I didn't have any reference. And then a Swiss friend had birthday, and we said, okay, we're going to buy some European beers for his birthday. And really, we opened the beer and go, and just the smell of it was stronger than any American beer I
Yes,
tasted
yeah.
like the half year earlier. And that's what it was. And then I just drank that's when I really started appreciating the taste of beer.
Yeah.
When I realized, okay, there's much more in it. So suddenly you get a tongue for it. And you go like, oh wow. I think one thing would be Reinheitsgebot.
Yes. Yeah.
All Austrian beers are following the same. It also applies for Austria. Most beers are about this natural thing.
Yeah.
Next one would be, I don't know what to call it, Bierkiste. It's box of beer.
Okay.
So these bottles, they're what do you call it? Refund bottles,
yeah.
recycled,
Yeah.
and you get them in a box with 16 bottles in it, and they're the same for basically the same for every brand.
Okay.
So they're standardized boxes for beer, and
Okay.
people usually buy if they have the place to store it.
Ah, I see. So you get one of those boxes, and then you drink your beer, take the box back to the shop, and get a refund. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very typical. So if you have a barbecue, you bring over one of these, and they're the same. I think the same in all over Central Europe. These boxes. So
Yeah.
but they're very for Austria. What do you think? And I think sort of one would be the Husen. It's a sort of the beer you have at the sausage stand. It's usually the aluminium can that you have at the sausage stand. That's also something when you're out late at night and then you walk home, and so you have your last beer, which would be along with sausage at a sausage stand.
Oh, right. Okay. So listen, thank you very much for your time. It's been very nice talking to you.
I enjoyed it very much. And we'll stay in touch. I think if I ever come over to London, I'll bring some Austrian beer and we can have a beer together.
That would be great. And if I come to Austria, maybe I'll bring some not English beer because it's horrible, but good ale, and we'll maybe have a beer over there.
Yeah, sure. Let's stay in touch. Okay.
Great. Thank you very much, Jonathan. I'll speak to you soon.
Have a great run at the marathon.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Cheers.